Just when you think she can't get any more racist, she comes back with something that even I didn't think she was capable of. And that is Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, or should I say, almost former Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, because she couldn't help herself and she had to tell us her reaction to Karmelo Anthony being convicted of murdering Austin Metcalf, because that's exactly what he did. He plunged a knife into his heart and he murdered him.
Black women, especially Black women who have Black male children, live in fear and agony every single day. A fear and agony that I promise you, the Metcalfs probably never spent a day living that way. And we're going to have just some real conversations about race in this country.
Played a role in the verdict.
Oh my God. I know Collin County. So absolutely. Collin County is right north of Dallas County. And I can tell you that I have had cases that I felt like played out differently because of the counties that they were in. And unfortunately, that was not the county for a Black boy.
So if this were a white boy in his exact same position, you don't think he'd get a 35-year sentence?
I would guarantee you it wouldn't have happened. I don't even know if he would have been convicted, because if a white boy would have said that they were afraid of a Black boy, something tells me that that jury that didn't have any Black people on it, they would have believed him in his fear.
Well, there's so many different opinions on this case. I mean, even your Republican colleague, Randy Fine, I mean, he's saying that he should get the death penalty. Your take on that?
Again, racism.
I don't have an opinion. I don't have an opinion here.
Just like Karmelo was doing. I'm glad you just said that. That's what Karmelo was doing. Protecting his motherfucking self.
And like I said in the beginning, you can't get more racist than Jasmine Crockett. She knows that Black women agonize every day when they have sons because they don't know what's going to happen to their son when they leave the house. The county that the trial was in, Crockett knows that county, and that county is racist. The only racist person in this whole situation, right now anyways, is Jasmine Crockett. When are these people going to understand that if you stick a knife in someone and kill them, you're going to be convicted? The jury heard the evidence. They listened to all the witnesses. And like I said in my last episode, they rejected the self-defense count. A judge sentenced him to 35 years in prison, a lot less than he should have got. He was 17, and he killed another 17-year-old over a minor argument about a seating arrangement. But that's not the story. No, it's not about politics. It's not about affiliation. And it's even not about race. It's about accountability. Because somewhere along the way, we've reached a point where some people seem incapable of saying one simple thing. If you stab someone to death, there will be consequences. Austin Metcalf is not a political talking point. He isn't a hashtag. He isn't a prop for somebody's social media audience. He was a teenager who lost his life after a confrontation with Karmelo Anthony. Yet the verdict was immediately seen as predictable. There were no Black people on the jury. They were all white, which again is not the truth. There was a racial makeup in that jury. At least 8 people were minorities. And no, they weren't Black, but it does not matter. There were more women on that jury than men. So if the women felt bad and they thought Karmelo was defending himself, they would have found him not guilty. But again, they saw all the evidence, listened to all the testimony, and convicted him, and rightly so. Every milestone that should have been ahead of him is gone. Austin Metcalf is dead. Karmelo Anthony will get out of prison someday. His family can still go see him and visit him and talk to him. The Metcalfs can't do any of that. But Jasmine Crockett doesn't care. She said the Metcalfs have never felt any fear when their sons left the house. How does she know what the hell she's even talking about? Jasmine Crockett does not even have children. Of course, she thinks she's speaking for everyone when she goes off on her nonsense rants. These politicians take a tragedy and use it as a political weapon. They are activists. They turn every criminal case into a racial debate. And the American people are tired of it. They're tired of the excuses and the double standards. And they're tired of seeing victims forgotten while criminals become celebrities. This should never have happened, but it did. The Metcalfs got what they were looking for. They got justice, but they still don't have their son. Okay? Karmelo Anthony has his life. He can go to prison and get out maybe if he behaves okay, maybe in half the time that he was sentenced to. These public figures today do not take accountability for themselves, never mind anything else. And their message is always race, race, race. BLM gets involved. Jasmine Crockett jumps on their bandwagon. No one cares about the victims. But if the shoe was on the other foot, you would not be seeing this. If Austin Metcalf had done this to Karmelo Anthony, people would not be flipping out, losing their minds, protesting. They would take it just like the jury said it. Guilty as charged, 35 years in prison. No amount of political spin is ever going to change what happened. And Jasmine Crockett, thank God, she's almost out of Congress because we all know she's nothing but a mouthpiece. She lies every time she opens her mouth. And every single debate she got into on the House floor had to do with race. The Metcalfs aren't racist. That jury wasn't racist. The only racist in this right now is Jasmine Crockett. Go away. No one cares about your opinion. And quite frankly, no one is going to miss you when you're out of Congress.